Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and in preparing for regional on the 24th of April, I am going to be bringing the branded Despia Adventure DPE deck and a lot of other things. So, this is the list that I have been set on for the past few days. Now, I have gone through a myriad of lists, as we could see here, from going second to 4 to 5 different variants of the deck. Now, before we get into this list, the main list of the deck, I want to take a little prelude to going through all the lists and what my thought process was. So for the going second build we have right here is the standard going second build for me. As we can see, we're running the Incredible Ecclesia for extra copies of Luber, or Albaz if we need to get it out of the deck, along with Tri-Brigade Mercurier as another hand trap. After that, we have Spriggan's Kit to search out our branded spell trap cards to the ones that we need. Now, after that, we also do have the branded Lost, which actually can come in handy depending on the situations. Overall, I felt like this deck was very good. It annoyed my friends a lot, but overall, it's just one of those things that I needed to change. Then we ended up on a 46 card list of Adventure DPE branded. Now, this was one of the builds, a very early style build, and I really enjoyed it, but it felt very clunky, and I had a lot of help with this, so that's what happened, and we went to build number 2. Build number 2 utilizes more of the consistency than using hand traps. As we can see, we only have Effect Veiler and Ash Blossom in the deck for our only hand traps. Then for the third build, we, my friends and I, when testing, I decided to do more hand traps. And this is how we ended on, and mostly the extra deck has stayed the same. Then build number 4 came around, and this is the main deck of one of the decks, which is number 3, the extra deck of number 2, and still working on the side deck. But that is all. But after that, I decided to make a 5th build, and this one feels better to play. Now, this video I'm going to be asking for feedback and some things I can change within the deck. So let's get into the card by card of the branded Adventure DPE deck, and let's see what feedback I can get. So first off, we have the one Ad Libitum of Despia. This is a very powerful card. I'm also thinking of just playing 2 of this because of how much utility it has with Mirror Jade, Guardian Chimera, and so much more. Because it recycles your Mirror Jade after you fusion summon with Branded in Red, just to get another Mirror Jade trigger along with a Guardian Chimera to 1-2 pop and 1-2 draw. Next up, we have Double Luber. This is a very fine card. If Adventurer was less of a thing in the deck, I would definitely be playing 3. But right now, 2 of them is completely fine, and I definitely see this going to a 3 if certain engines do get hit. Then we have 2 Despia Tragedy. This is a very powerful card, and as it gets to your Despia monsters, so it gets to your missing pieces like Ad Libitum. So if you already have a monster in hand and need an Ad Libitum, you just use Tragedy to grab this, and you're all set. Then we have the one Despia Comedy. It's very useful if your opponent activates a card or effect like Imperm Veiler that targets one of your Despia monsters, or cards, so that's very useful depending on the situations. If you have like a Despian Corduroides on field and your opponent wants to target it, you could just blanket negate it, which is nice. Then we have the Double Luber. This has to be in the deck. I've been thinking of cutting it down to 1, but I feel that 2 is what you need. People who play 3, you're playing too many. People who play 1, I don't know yet. Then we have the 3 Branded Fusion. This card is utterly broken, and with how the deck is, I definitely see that this card could get hit in the future if Konami wants to push this deck more. After that, we have the double Branded in Red because you only need 2, which is absolutely fine, and triple Branded Opening. This card is amazing as it gets to your Luber, it gets to your Despia Tragedy, all for free. And if you draw Water Enchantress, you pretty much open up a God Hand with this and Enchantress. Now we're onto the Avenger Engine. We're running the one Griffin Rider. We're running 2 Water Enchantress. I decided to play 2 because 3 really isn't worth it, as you're not going to be using it to extend. You're only going to be using it to get to Rite of Armesier, so it's just extra copies of the card. And with that, we have triple of the Rite of Armesier, our main token piece of the Adventurer package. And it gets to our Fateful Adventure. Also, Fateful Adventure gets to our Draco back, one of the most powerful cards of an equip spell of the modern era. Now, Rite of Armesier is a powerful card. It gets to your Fateful Adventure, which can also help discarding your Tragedy from hand if you don't open up Branded Opening. So if you open up something like a Tragedy Rite, you still have full combo out of nowhere. Because all you just need is extra monsters, and there you go. So if you open up a Tragedy, Branded in red, and a Rite, you might be fine for that turn. Then we had the DP package of a Dasher, Celestial, and Double Fusion Destiny. Very powerful engine, and we can dig for it because of Pot of Prosperity. So if we use Pot of Prosperity, you're most likely winning the game because you can dig for 3 or 6, mostly 3, so you can get to some of your pieces. Then for the generic staples, we have 1 Foolish Burial because extra copy of Water Enchantress, extra copy of Despia and Tragedy. It's all right there. Then we have triple Ash Blossom Joyous Spring, very powerful hand trap, the 2 Effective Veiler, the 1 Call by the Grave, and the triple Infinite Impermanence. Now, I could cut the Effective Veiler for something like a Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, which I feel like would be better, but I would lose out on a light target, because the only light targets in the deck are Lubellion and our Quarteritis. Now for the extra deck, we have the 1 Guardian Chimera. I will be bumping it up to 2 after I cut something maybe like Sprin the Iron Dash Dragon. Because Guardian Chimera just has a lot of utility, and most of the time I only go through 1, but depending on how it is, I do a second one if needed. Then we have 2 Mara Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon. This card is super powerful, and I do have to say, I really like the card. People are saying that Branded is just going to be another rogue deck, but I don't see it being another rogue deck. I see it being a tiered deck, either 1.5 or 2, or even tier 1 if it overtakes the meta. We have the 1 Dragostapalia because this card is just great against the mirror match with Super Poly. Enough said. The double Albion, the Branded Dragon, 100% a powerful card, as it fusion summons by banishing materials. So if they put something like your DPE back, you could summon it out, while getting rid of a potential draw 2. But also, it sets or adds a Branded Spell Trap card directly from your deck, which is very nice. Gets you either a Branded Opening, or your Branded Fusion, or even a Branded Red for your opponent's turn. After that, we have the 1 Despia and Quarteritis. This card's there just for utility's sake, and also it gets to make all your opponent's monsters 0 until the end of the turn, except level 8 or higher fusions, so this could help against something like Adventurer. Next up, we have the double Lubellion. Lubellion is just that super powerful card that hits the board once and goes back into the extra deck. Because if you're running on a Branded in red along with a Griffin Rider token and a Mirror Jade, you are most likely fine because you use the Griffin Rider, negate, you have 2 free monsters, so you can get back a monster from your graveyard, use either the token or your Mirror Jade. Well, you're most likely going to be using the Mirror Jade, so you can go into Guardian Chimera. So the potential is amazing. Then we have the 1 Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon. This card is just there just to end games quicker, as you can just burn your opponent. Then you have the 1 Dark, the Dark Charmer Gloomy. This is very good in mirror matches and anything with dark in its attribute. Then we have the 1 Verte Anaconda. It is a mandatory card that I wish we don't have to run, but we have to run. And finally, the 1 Link Spider because of our token. Now, other options you can run are things like Striker Dragon, because that's just the easier way to get a Mirror Jade out. If you only open up the Branded Red and Fallen Albaz, you just normal out the Albaz, link it away for the Striker Dragon, activate Brandon in red to go into Mirror Jade. Because Mirror Jade is just that powerful of a card because it takes a Synchro, Fusion, Exceed, or Link. So in the mirror match, this deck is a fun one to play. But I need your help. Any suggestions I can have from now till the regional, so I can finalize my list, I will think about it and reply to the comments. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.